My dark and lovely soul, my name's Lenny Graves. I'm an astrologer, a magician, a tarot card reader. I do a lot of fun things. But tonight I wanted to tell you something, and I don't think you know this about yourself, so you definitely need to know this about yourself. You were never meant to be ordinary, my dark and lovely soul. Why do you think that you were? You were never meant to be looked at by that person as a normal person. You're not normal. You're a magical soul. That's why you found me. And you're never meant to have a normal life. You're meant to have an unusual life because you have an unusual soul. And I myself, being strange and unusual, can see that about you. And it's important you found me today. And I want to give you a couple cards because you just don't realize who you are. As I often say, my beautiful witch, you go through life with your own magic and your own pizzazz, your own, what's that old song? You got the most developed personality. You do. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to be a wallflower stuck in the crowd or the typical person who goes down and buys a spice latte when it's fall. You are a magical, mystical soul. You can still get a spice latte. The point of this though is that you're not normal at all, and that you expect people will never treat you as normal. They'll never look at you as normal because you go beyond the normal. You go beyond the mundane because you're a magical being. And being that magical being that you are, and I know this because you found me and we're talking right now, is you should know this about yourself, and I just don't think you see it. And it was very important that the universe let me know. And I'm going to give you a couple cards to kind of give you an insight and an outline of what this is for you and how you should approach things. King of Wands. My dark and lovely soul, in your unusualness, in your magic, in your strangeness, you burn with a certain charisma. The King of Wands is the most charismatic king in the deck. He is fire, and fire attracts, right? Fire burns bright. You see it. And you have that King of Wands energy. You attract things into you by that light that burns within you. And my dark and lovely souls, I believe you're a beautiful person, but this isn't just about physical beauty. This is about your raw charisma, who you are, your soul, and how it draws people in. Eight of Cups. Let me pull one more card after the Eight of Cups there. The Two of Cups. And you choose love. The Eight of Cups and the Two of Cups means that you're a person that chooses love, and love like flows from you probably rather easily. You try to always love the people in your life that you care about, and that's a pretty general statement, obviously, but for you, it's particularly so. You make that choice. Despite your charisma, despite your unusualness, all that kind of good stuff, besides the things that you could bring into your life because you just burn with this divine feminine, you choose to live in love. Well, that's a beautiful thing. That's what the Two of Cups is about, loving one another and all that kind of good stuff. It's a romantic love a lot too, but that's for this card, not just so much a vibe. And with the Eight of Cups, that's a choice we've already made, and you've chosen the heart, right? It's all in the cup suit. So despite your fiery charisma, despite the magic that burns in your soul, you make the decision, I can't use words, I'm sorry, to use your heart every day. That's where you come from. That's where your power lies. And you take that burden on yourself. My dark and lovely soul, this should resonate with you. How many times do you put yourself out there? How many times do you use spiritual, magical, and physical work for other people because it's just in your nature, because you love them, and you don't really expect anything above it? Like this guy, you're just taking those wands upon you because somebody needs to. That's the nature of the person that you are. And Ten of Swords. Sometimes I think in our life, especially as mystical people, the Christ, I've used this often, said that if you were of the world would love you, but you're not of the world, so the world doesn't love you. And that's the same. It goes for witches and magicians. Is not being of the world will naturally reject you. How many times have you gone just to town for a soul, only to be stabbed 10 times in the back for it? You took those 10 wands up, only to get 10 swords in your back, right? And that's the nature of what it is to be a light worker. I do not like that term myself. I'm not a worker of light. But to be a magician, to be a witch, to be a guide in the Kali Yuga, is you will take it upon yourself to do things for other people because that's just how your soul lights up. You might not do this consciously from spiritual things, just part of your nature. And many times, because the world rejects a person, you're going to get stabbed for it. And as this happens to you again and again and again in life, because this is your nature, and it's not a bad thing, it's just the world kind of taking snaps at you because you're kind of magical, it wears you down, right? And so you stop remembering this amazing fact about you, that you're amazing, that you're magical, that you're more than the ordinary, and you should go and be more than the ordinary. Does that make sense? Because sometimes I think we forget this. You were never meant to be seen as a normal person. No, you shine way too bright for that. You have too many things to do. You were never meant just to blend in with the crowd, so stop trying to. Go be your most magical person. You have forgotten this somewhere in the hurt, in the pain, stuff like that. Just how beautiful you actually are. And you need to go out and be beautiful. One more card. Four of Wands. Because in that beauty, my dark and lovely soul, You will find what you're looking for eventually, but you need to embrace who you are again. You need to, as the Beatles once so eloquently put, as I'm hitting my shelf, get back to where you once belong, right? Because when you do that, then you're going to start glowing with that magic again. You're going to attract the things into your life that you really want. But you've forgotten this about yourself because you've just taken a lot of wounds for other people being a mystical person. And that is the nature of being a mystical person. It will happen to you from time to time. So I'm just kind of like a signpost from the universe, if you will, today. I'm just somebody kind of floated in to remind you that you're kind of magic and you should go be magic and not let what other people have done or what life has done kind of define you and going forward in that. And remember that you have that King of Wands energy. And just go shine with it. And when you start doing that again, oh my goodness, you don't want the ordinary in your life. You'll start drawing the magical, and the magical is so much better. My dark and lovely souls, my name is Lenny Graves. You can find me at The Lenny Graves on TikTok and YouTube, and Dysfunctional Enlightenment on Facebook and Instagram. If you like the way I read cards, and I hope you do, you can always get a personal reading at thelennygraves.com. I also sell spells, books, all kinds of magical stuff. It's pretty cool. I hope to see you there. But remember this, my dark and lovely soul. You're magic. It's like if you were Superman, you got hit on the head, which wouldn't matter because you were Superman, but metaphorically, let's say you lost your memory and you're walking around, you think you're Clark Kent, and there's just weird things about you because you forgot that you're Superman underneath there. You're Superman underneath there. Quit being Clark Kent. Go ahead and pull the shirt back, metaphorically, or maybe, I don't know, and go run out of the telephone booth and start saving lives and doing magical stuff because that's what you're meant to do. My dark and lovely soul, and to do like this, have the best night. You're amazing. Go be amazing. Go be a hero or heroine to other people because they need you. The world needs you right now, and you've forgotten how just brightly you shine.